Okay, so welcome to News of the Squared on the Squares of the Roundtable Podcast Network.
Yes.
I just made that up.
A network of
You
two.
did.
A network of two. Hey, it's still a network.
That's right.
It's networking,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yep.
A network of two? What
Well,
about me?
with Ivan
Hey!
and Mike
Greetings.
and
Network of two.
the guy. We have a couple interns, I believe. One is Mike Edwin sitting around, and then I think we have another guy who's at the booby hatch because we found a booby pillow. Special thanks to Seth Colley. Special thanks to Seth Colley, who said we should report on. It's really strange. He said he gave us a product to report on, and it's a pillow that looks like boobs. And it's
Where can I buy
interesting. The problem is when I hit the shop now button, the link just disappears.
Oh, dang it.
So I don't know what the heck happened.
My
Talk
hopes
about
are-
a titty.
Apparently, I guess we've been deflated.
Someone's trying to milk this situation.
Yeah, we'll keep you
Yeah,
abreast.
they just gave us a nip. That was it.
Yes.
We'll keep you abreast of the whole thing if we ever find out more.
All right, good.
Unless, of course, they save it and it's not busted.
Yeah, this could go on for a while. All right, what else we got? Well, Mike's got. What else we got, Mike?
Nice got to.
Of course, most, if not all, these stories are on the Squares Roundtable Facebook page. Here's one from Upworthy. Son gifts religious parents a portrait of Jesus Christ for Christmas, but actually it's Ian McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Christmas is a time for celebration and a holiday for the family. It's custom to exchange gifts with our loved ones during the holiday season, but for one person might have taken it a little bit too far by pranking his mother. Ryan, who hails from Utah, gifted a portrait of Ian McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi to his mother for Christmas and told her it was Jesus. Now, you can't blame the mother, since McGuire as Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Star Wars series does look a lot like Jesus' traditional portraits. His unsuspecting mother thanked him for the portrait and immediately found a nice spot on the wall to hang the picture. Now, his religious mother hadn't seen Star Wars, so she'd readily assumed it was Jesus Christ, but revealed to Insider that his parents were members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, hence, obviously, this guy from Utah, and were not really into movies. So his mother may have seen him watching Star Wars during his younger days, but they never really watched the film and didn't have any idea about the characters or the plot. Ryan has also shared the video of the moment on YouTube, which has garnered a couple thousand likes. So he shared the image of the portrait hanging on his parents' wall on Reddit, and he wrote, "I've made a huge mistake. Mom loves her Jesus Christmas present, and I'm not sure how to get out of this thing alive when she figures out."
That was my question. What was your thinking on this? How did you think this was going to end?
No.
It wasn't going to end well.
Is there a button on the portrait where you press it says hello there?
God.
So having grown up in a house that had multiple Jesus portraits, Ryan was willing to risk the prank, hoping they didn't see the connection. He thought it was the perfect prank. Ryan said he got the idea after a Reddit user made a passing joke about Obi-Wan looking like Jesus. It stuck out to me and looking like a picture we had growing up with Jesus, he said. It kind of chased that thought too. How funny would it be if my parents didn't recognize who it was and actually hung it on the wall? And yep, he got his wish, and there's a picture, and it's hanging, nice frame too. It's hanging on the wall in their home next to a curio cabinet full of porcelain miniatures, and there's Ian McGregor right there.
You know that somebody they know is going to see
going
this
to
thing.
recognize that.
Why you
He's
got
going to tell them what it is
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
before he tells them.
Yeah.
And they're going to show up. They're going to get in their car. They're going to go to his place, and they're going to beat him like he was
Within
a
an inch of his
5-year-old.
life.
Like yeah, or disown him forever or something like that. Because
Where
How
Ryan
dare you blaspheme?
Ryan says
Blasphemy.
he is still concerned about how his mother will react when she eventually finds out.
You
They've already
think?
noticed something's amiss about the picture. Ryan's dad said that this morning they walked past it, and my mother said something along the lines of, "There's something off about that Jesus picture. I'm not totally sure I like it." But Ryan's dad assumed it was just a coincidence. And, yep.
Wow.
You are gonna. That is
No.
like old school.
He's going to purgatory, man.
Forget
he's going-
purgatory. That's back in the day. I'm gonna take my shoe off and beat you with it, or like the brush kind of
Oh
thing.
my gosh, the brush. Oh my god.
You know, or something like that.
Yeah, he
you
says-
know, I mean,
As of
Think
now,
it's
I'm
duty.
keeping my fingers crossed. Mom still doesn't know. I'm still working on my exit plan there, says Ryan.
You better work quick.
good thing you put it on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
I mean,
That's
seriously,
He'll have
what
to,
was your?
He'll have to go into exile on Tatooine.
Yeah, seriously. Good thing you didn't put. Good thing you didn't put it on the internet. It didn't go viral or anything like that. Jesus. I mean, seriously. He's gonna need.
Well,
he,
yeah,
he better.
literally,
He's gonna have to call the force about this one.
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow! I mean, to make
Well,
matters worse. I mean, seriously, to make
Joe.
matters worse, it's like, okay, you give her this, you know she's not gonna know, and I'm gonna talk about it on social media where it's gonna go viral, and you don't think any of those people at any point at some point it's not gonna get back to your mom.
Of course it's going to get back.
I mean, he's lucky. Like some like morning show didn't pick it up as like a morning show story, because this is the kind of
Well,
fluff you do on
remember,
like
like-
Good Morning.
By next Christmas, you think they bring it up, and she's all like, "I don't want to hear any more about Obi-Wan."
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna show
waiting
you the.
for,
That's a deep
Hey,
cut from
I'm
episode
waiting
3.
for-
Just saying.
I understand. She's
I'm
gonna
waiting
use.
for her to. I'm waiting for him to walk through the door, and the mother say, "How could you?"
Yeah, how could you? I'm about to show you the dark side of the force, bitch.
And Dad's all like, "You turned her against me."
Seriously. Yeah, no, yeah, that's, you know, you're going to do something like that. You better be ready for the fact that your family's going to disown you. They better not have like a bunch of money or anything that you really wanted from the inheritance.
No,
Because
he
it's
just
gone now.
cut you out of the will. Yeah,
You know, if you got brothers and sisters, you're done.
yeah.
They will kneecap you over that shit.
You just fucked yourself out of all that money.
Yep. You just like went from like number 1 to like, if you were like number 1, you're down to like
You
number
went-
4.
You went from 0 to 0 in no time at all.
The maid's getting more shit from the will than you are at this point. You know.
Well, who knows? Ian McGregor might get his inheritance.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think
This
this
is
is
your
funny?
cousin-
You think this is funny? I send you money to Ian McGregor instead to you.
Yeah. It's like, you know, your cousin Owen gets more than you do. We don't have a cousin Owen. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, so scientists, God bless scientists. Scientists have finally created the database we've all been waiting for. Which animals fart and which ones do not.
This is important.
Okay.
Now
knowledge.
now in fairness, this is from January 2017, but I felt, you know, when it comes to farting,
You felt
it's
compelled
timeless.
to share it.
It's timeless.
Where would this show be without farting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, without question, it certainly it certainly would state that's for sure. So there are another questions. I'm looking at this. People are bombarding scientists on Twitter with questions over which animals are farters and which animals are not. At least they were back in 2017. And thanks to the University of Alabama PhD candidate Nicholas Caruso, all the responses are in one shared Google spreadsheet. There's a link to it too. We'll have to go there in a minute.
There's a link to the Google sheet, spreadsheet.
No, there's a link to it.
Nice.
I figure the best way to find out a particular animal farts would be to ask the people who spend the most time with them, which includes people who study them, or maybe people who keep them at their home, or just happen to hear one fart. The spreadsheet itself is a joy to behold. Here's a quick roundup of some of the animals that can and cannot fart. Snakes. Yes, some of them fart.
Snakes can fart.
Wow. As using a as it is referred to, occurs in North American burrowing snakes. The Coronado coral snake, and the Western hook nose snake, and is used as a defensive warning. much like a rattlesnake's rattle. Okay. According to research,
I'm endangered.
Each pop lasts less than 0.2 of a second, may be repeated several times, and can be heard as far away from up to 2 meters away, and sound very much like a human fart. Maybe farters. Frogs. Explain the science of farting world. Some say they can't fart due to their weak sphincters, whereas others say that the pixie frog and the horned frog can indeed fart often. Millipedes somehow fart. They're described as silent but deadly variety and contain both methane and hydrogen sulfide. Spiders might be farters, but nobody knows. But their digestion does take place outside the body. They're creepy little fucks, so it's probable that gas escapes immediately. Bats fart. With updated versions of the sheet, do agree that, bats do fart. The updater did not necessarily agree with the earlier assumption when it comes to bats. The bigger they are, the harder they fart. Cockroaches fart. And loads of them. Loads of it. The average cockroach can give up to 35 grams a year of methane, which is more than 43 times their average body weight. Oh my God, we need methane gasoline. We don't need to drill. We just need to go find a whole fucking bunch of cockroaches. Seen enemies do not, but they burp real bad. Birds do not fart.
No, they shit.
According to get this. According to the blog of Laura Rickson, PhD in ornithology, the study of birds, in her blog, "Do Birds Fart?" she writes. While studying them, I spent many hours in extremely close quarters with nighthawks, paying an inordinate amount of attention to the sounds and smells, and never once did I detect anything that resembles a fart. But why, doctor? Why can't my bird fart? She writes, mammalian intestines are very long and digestion is slow in fecal contents. Okay, I don't need to read this any further. You get the idea. There's a reason why there's a reason why. Let's see what the hell else is on this spreadsheet, because I'm kind of curious now. Does it fart? This is a spreadsheet. Come on.
Fucking spreadsheet.
Let's see. Aliens? Aliens are listed. Maybe. No shit. Let me know if you find one.
Wait a minute. They can't have aliens on this list.
No, they can't.
They're on the list.
Unless you want to,
aliens are on the list. What do you want me to do?
Show the Area 51. All right, is this a public spreadsheet? Are people adding shit?
I don't know. That might be. I have no idea. Bearded dragon.
It sounds like it. It's
the bearded dragon is yes.
Okay.
Birds is in no. Blue mussels, no. Let's see. Bobcats, hell yes.
Bobcats.
Squirrel-based farts are the worst. Oh, wait, squirrels. Squirrels are the worst.
Squirrels can fart.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Apparently, when bobcats eat squirrels, that's the worst.
It gives them gas. Hey, don't eat the squirrels, man. They give you gas.
The Burmese python farts. camels, cheetahs, chimpanzees, cockroaches, Colombian monkeys, copperheads, domestic cats, goats, hedgehogs, pigs, sheep, domestic dogs, absolutely domestic dogs, and elephants. They all fart.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a given that most mammals can, but we've seen that some insects and reptiles can too. How about that?
We have a definitive hell yes about we have a definitive hell yes about giraffes. The warning that they fart at face level at the face height of an average man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What doesn't fart? Mastodons. How would they know? How would you know that a defunct elephant,
an extinct elephant?
Same thing. Defunct, extinct, same shit. Rabbits. No on parrots.
Rabbits make little
salamanders,
beans.
maybe. Shore crabs, no. Sloth, yes. Soft shell clam, no.
This is what
that. There's wait, hold on. This spreadsheet is now a book.
Someone made it into a book
on Amazon.
Okay.
On Amazon.
Oh my God.
Of course it's on Amazon. How much is the book? Does it fart? $16.
Wow.
Well, why buy the book? We can just have the spreadsheet for free.
Right.
Apparently it goes into more detail. I have no idea.
Hi, let me give you an intimate idea of what farts and what doesn't.
All right. Now that we've figured out what farts and what doesn't, Mike, what the hell is the deal with this robot?
From the Boston Science and Technology from Boston Dynamics, you can see there's a video linked to the post on the Squares page where it's dancing to the famous song "Do You Love Me," made famous by the Dirty Dancing song. By the Dirty Dancing movie.
The Contours.
Yes, thank you. And it's the same one we've seen before where it picks up boxes and stuff. But this was posted on Boston Dynamics Facebook page a few days ago on the 29th of last year. And where it's doing like the moves where like it's snapping its fingers, running in a circle, and it can jump up and high and turn 90 degrees, and he's lifting the arms up. But it's a robot. It's an autonomous robot, no cords, no wires, and it's just dancing to "Do You Love Me?" Doing this fully choreographed song. And now there's two of them dancing. They're dancing together in synchronicity. Wow. Oh no, there's three of them. Here's one that has a four-legged robot is dancing with them too.
Do they fart?
No, I do not believe the robots are equipped with farting technology.
They need to be.
Either that or they can attach a flamethrower to them, and then they can blow flames
actually add fire to the effect.
Through their posteriors while they're dancing to "Do You Love Me" by the Contours.
Do you love
me? As long as you have a picture of Kenobi in the background.
Yes, with a picture of Obi-Wan, and here's an Otter-looking thing on wheels too.
Does Obi-Wan part 2?
This was a full ensemble number. It's on the Squares page. And it's a full dance number from Boston Dynamics.
The full Robot Monty.
That's right.
Guys, let me tell you something. Don't ever eat Choco Zero. Yuck. The worst chocolate.
Know what Choco Zero.
Yeah, that's a bit dark. 85%. Every 85% cocoa dark chocolate, and it tastes like shit.
You don't like dark chocolate?
I love dark chocolate, but this Choco Zero is supposed to be like diet chocolate or like low in sugar. It's like chewing on the end of a shoe, man. It's horrible. Okay.
I bet it's not as bad as getting punched by a kangaroo on Christmas Day.
Yeah, no, I was about to say. So yeah, that happened. We have video of it on the Squares page, where apparently a wild kangaroo punched a father on Christmas Day as he tried to shield his children at a property in somewhere in Australia. The animal was digging holes and hanging around the front yard of a property in southwestern Rocks when Mitchell tried to move it on. Quote from a family friend: It was staring at him, and he picked up something to try to shoo it away. And as soon as he did, you could see it was going to go at him.
Well, that's a stupid
Footage
thing
shows
to
the
do.
huge Roo jumping at the father, pushing him to the ground before bounding off. Mitchell already had a broken arm, but thankfully escaped with just a scratch. According to the family friend, he was massive. He was a big male kangaroo, big chest. More animals are trekking into town searching for food after fires destroyed their habitat.
That's right. Last year they had the big fires in Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
So an early Boxing Day event in Australia, you might say.
Apparently so. Well, like I said, I just thought it was kind of... Because there is that story about, like, from a few years ago, there was that YouTube video that was really popular that was where there was a dog, and the kangaroo had the dog, and he was bit and by around the neck, and he was punching the dog, and the guy basically ran out and basically punched the kangaroo in the face. You guys ever seen that one?
I don't recall.
And it was like, why are they punching the kangaroo? Well, it's got my dog, you dicks.
Yeah.
As long as we got 2 seconds, we did have this on the Squares of the Roundtable Facebook page. We have a lot of weird stuff here, because it is news is squared and weird. It's squared and weird. Your parents said you can only watch 2 of these cartoons for the rest of your childhood. Which 2 are you picking? Let me
What's
throw
my
some at you.
choices?
I'm giving you there.
All right.
Something called Mask.
You don't know what Mask
Thundercats.
is?
I remember, kind of.
From the movie Mask.
No,
not
not the
that
movie
Mask.
Mask. Not with Cher and Sam Elliott. The action
Oh, that
figures.
Mask.
Not Jim Carrey either.
No. Not
All
that.
right, sorry. That's what I
Okay,
thought.
so something called Mask. There's a show called Mask. It was like I can't remember what it was.
It was a bunch of
Thundercats.
cars and trucks that could change shape and turn themselves like into battle vehicles, like they'd unfold and stuff.
Okay, so you have that Thundercats, the Bionic Six.
Never watched Bionic 6.
I don't even know what that is. Cops. Did they do Cops for kids?
Cops,
Bad Boys, Bad
it was like
Boys,
it was like a He-Man, like He-Man archetypes, where it's like, like, of course, obviously no one dies or whatever, but there's the cops are the heroes, and then they chase after the almost like a Dick Tracy kind of action figure almost kind of thing, where the cops are like superheroes and the bad guys are like the mustache twirling villains.
This is going to start to get hard.
Yeah.
Because after you get past some of these things, Thundercats is a possibility. Once here's where it starts to get hard: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Centurions, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Voltron, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, something called Galaxy Rangers,
Brave Star and the Galaxy Rangers,
and something called Transformers.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to pick that.
I wonder.
Ivan, which ones would you watch?
Well, Transformers right from the go. And
You only get one more.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
It's Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay. Mike?
Obviously Transformers, and I don't know, the G.I. Joe and He-Man, and especially Voltron, they've not aged well.
No.
I'd go with Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, because I liked Dan Gilzan's...
Did I mention... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mention He-Man was an option?
Yeah, He-Man, it's an option, yeah.
I forgot. He-Man is an option, too.
But I liked Frank Welker as Iceman, and I liked Dan Gilzan as Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I'll go with those two.
Yeah, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, especially with Wolverine in the Australian accent episode, is totally worth it. So that's one. My problem is two. My
Maybe
problem is number two.
If you watch Thundercats, the first episode of Thundercats, where they arrive on the planet and they're all naked.
Yeah, that's not
so
really.
you get a little bit of.
That's not no.
You get a little bit of Chitara, kind of Sailor Moon in it.
I'm kind of between. The problem with watching He-Man as I've gotten older is that every episode looks like some sort of. I keep thinking about certain things that now I'm like, gay.
It's all memes. With the celery.
I've got a secret and all that stuff, and he has to transform into like this beefcake. Yeah, I can't do it with a straight face.
Castle Grayskull will be mine.
Yeah, I can't do it with a straight face. I don't know if I want to watch G.I. Joe that much. I guess it would be Spider-Man and Transformers for me.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Spider-Man and Turtles.
Okay, fair enough.
Spider-Man and Turtles for
is
me.
Good.
Okay.
Turtles would have been my third.
Yeah. All right. So news of the sports, and we're gonna let Mike do it.
News of the sports.
Sports.
Okay, and of course Jeff's gonna be able to sit back and revel because this is dissing on Wisconsin sports teams. In this story out of Charlotte, North Carolina, out of WTMJ, although it's from the AP, but WTMJ, which is a radio station in Wisconsin, read this. The Wisconsin Badgers captured the Duke's Mayo Bowl and the trophy that came along with it. And then they broke it. While dancing around to celebrate the team's victory over Wake Forest on Wednesday, quarterback Graham Mertz dropped the football-shaped piece of crystal, leaving it shattered on the floor of the locker room after it fell off its base.
Dumbass.
Oh my gosh!
This is why you don't. This is why you were in a shitty bowl game, not a good bowl game.
We just wanted everybody to have a piece of that trophy. Wisconsin coach Paul Christ jokes. Not Chryst, not Obi-Wan.
I was going to say, can we put a picture of him up and see how it goes?
Yeah, we'll put a picture of Ian McGregor.
Yeah, with
Paul
the broken
Christ.
thing on there. Yeah.
Mertz accounted for 3 touchdowns, and Wisconsin turned 4 second-half interceptions, all by different players, into 21 points to turn a close game into a near rout of the Demon Deacons. 5 players scored touchdowns for the Badgers. Yeah, I dropped it, Mertz said sheepishly. That's on me. It happened. The Badgers might be willing to forgive him. With the game tied 21 late in the third quarter, Nolan Burks intercepted Wake Forest Sam Hartman on the pass, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they get to go. And, of course, that goes on about how they won.
I think we get a giant male kangaroo to beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. He does not get to pick his favorite cartoons of the 80s for dropping the trophy. And he will not get the boob pillow either.
No. So maybe here, give him this. There's a apparently there is a Death Star sized pocket Death Star sized
it's
herb
shaped,
grinder.
not sized like the Death Star. It's shaped.
Yeah, but shaped like the Death Star.
The size
is
of
an
it.
herb grinder.
That's no moon.
Now, in fairness, you can do things like Basil and certain things like that. But my first reaction was what Ivan's reaction was. And the reason he's laughing his ass off is a place to grind and store my weed in Star Wars.
Herbs in particular, and there's other ones too. You go to the website. It's on
there's ones. There's ones with
chatlulu.com. The link is on the Squares page. But there's other Star Wars items you can use to grind whatever herbs you might be interested in possessing.
Yeah. You can put it in Vader's head. You can put it in BB-8. You can have your own BB-8 going, if you know what I mean.
Oh, my God. That sounds awesome.
So, yeah, you can grind your
herbs with the power of the Force.
Yeah.
May the Force be with
Does
you.
BB-8 have the lighter? Does he have the lighter that sticks out? That'd be kind of good.
Okay, so this next story, the reason I'm reading it to you, it's not really funny, but there's a part of it that becomes funny. So a pro surfer, it's called Living Legend, after he dives into the ocean to rescue a struggling swimmer in Hawaii. And so basically what happened was, this apparently, Mikey Wright, was caught on video making a heroic save after he noticed a person was being swept away by the ocean. And an Instagram video, which was was first being filmed by Mikey himself. The person in the ocean is seen struggling as the beachgoers were trying to help. As the waves continue to crash, Mikey can be heard saying, "That swimmer is going to need to get saved." Someone else said, "You can't save him." You can't save him. Someone else in the video can be heard saying, Mikey handed off the phone and hopped the fence to run into the ocean. In the second clip, Mikey can be seen diving into the water and swimming to the person to try to bring them back to shore. Here's the part. Have we got to the part where Mikey was able to save the swimmer despite being pulled under the waves several times, which is cool. Here's the part where it gets funny. At the end of the clip, the other beachgoers are seen helping Mikey pull out the swimmer to safety. Mikey captioned the heroic clip, "Hold my beer."
Okay. Hold my beer?
Yeah. And I guess he says it at some point in the clip where he's like, "Hold my beer. I'm going to go save this person."
Wow.
Wasn't that like in the dream sequence of Fast Times at Ridgemont High where Sean Penn's character was talking to some newscaster he had rescued some supermodel from the waves or something?
Maybe.
Yeah.
My first reaction to something like that is like that scene from that really bad that bad movie that John Candy did that was kind of fun, which was that Delirious movie where he's got the typewriter where he can like write anything and that just kind of happens because he's stuck in like a soap opera or something. Yeah. And like he writes a whole bunch of wacky shit like, "Ladies and gentlemen, and now the Heimlich maneuver." That's like the Heimlich maneuver, and it's like they're all looking at the doctor going, "You didn't know the Heimlich maneuver? I know the Heimlich maneuver. I don't know why I didn't know it, but I know it." That kind of thing. I just thought it was kind of funny because I was watching Shepard Smith talk about this, and he's like, "The guy says hold my beer," and I couldn't stop laughing. And I'm like, I mean, not that it's like you ever want to laugh at someone ever, like, yeah, definitely a hero, but it's like, hold my, it's like, you can't say hold my beer, bitch. Hold my beer, bitch. Watch this.
I got this. Hold my beer.
Well, thank goodness the man was rescued, the swimmer was rescued, and we can celebrate with the guy who went in to save him. So,
right, and then that guy got punched in the face by a kangaroo.
And then he got a beer.
Maybe. And
then the kangaroo farted on him.
Yep. That wasn't on the list. I didn't check about
accompanying by dancing robots.
Nah, well, yeah, that's sad. We got one final story. Do you want to do it, Mike, or should I?
I'll take care of this. So I'll close it out. This is
I'm sorry. We have two stories. We have two stories.
All right, I'll take this one here. This one's from CNN. An otherwise normal house for sale hides a nightmarish surprise. An entire abandoned jail.
What?
A house for sale in Vermont has everything a new homeowner could want. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a nice backyard, and prison cells.
Whoa.
Now the home is almost 2,200 square feet. It's located in Guildhall, Vermont, used to be Essex County Jail, according to the listing on Realtor.com, and formerly served as the jailer's residence. Now, although the county jail hasn't been used since 1969, it's still got all the quirks, complete with barred windows and rusty toilets.
Oh
man, I got thoughts.
Yeah, so bring your own ideas. Bring your own ideas on what this 28 by 40 foot wing could be. The listing encourages. The house, which has been listed on the website for more than 2 months, is currently priced at $149,000.
The problem is it's in Vermont.
Yeah.
What's the name of Vermont?
It's in Guildhall, Vermont.
I don't know where that
used to be the jail for Essex County.
Yeah, that didn't help me.
No.
I lived in Vermont for a while, so it's like I kind of know a little bit, but not nearly enough.
But the picture from Realtor.com is just like a regular looking house. You wouldn't know.
Well, I mean, it'd be kind of funny if you had like a regular looking house, and then really in reality it was like an S&M joint.
Right. It's just like Silence of the Lambs, you know?
Yeah, you could do something like that. People would pay.
Hmm.
People would pay to come there, especially if you advertised it like that. Like, it's just an innocent house would really inside. It's like the S&M capital. You could do something like that.
Yeah, where you can just use your Death Star herb grinder in the jail cells.
Yeah. Bringing kangaroos to punch people and shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Drop your trophy, break it.
Mm-hmm. Bringing animals that fart on people. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, here's the story Ivan was talking about before we went to air. This is from like back in October of this past year. But apparently, how to wipe and wash your butt for optimal cleanness from Men's Health. Because apparently lots of people don't know. Okay.
I work in the public, and you'd be surprised what the public does not know. So.
Here we go. So you'd think people would have a pretty good idea of how exactly to keep things clean between the cheeks from wipe to wash. But according to Reddit users, plenty of people actually don't know how to keep their downstairs squeaky clean. The number of people that don't wash their ass is astounding. Said Reddit user, you all suck 6, because God knows he should. If anybody would know, it's you all suck 6. Say that 5 times fast. Good thing we're not on radio, because that would have gotten bleeped.
That would have
I wrote as a personal hygiene reminder. Yes, people can tell. Yes, it's really that bad. Wiping and washing might seem as though they're pretty basic human skills, but in reality, there are plenty of ways to mess that up. For example, some people are convinced that you can wipe while standing, which is nowhere near correct. I don't know about that one. Let's see. Well, so let's see. When you stand, your butt cheeks are... Okay, this is according to an MD named Sunanath Poisanam, an MD in New York City area internist. When you stand up, your butt cheeks are pressed together, preventing you from getting full access to the anus. So most experts will agree that sitting is better than standing to clean yourself. God.
Yeah.
Well, you got to crouch when you kind of hover over the toilet.
I don't know. It's too much. People have too much free time. Screwing up the intricate art of washing your butt can lead to odor discomfort or swamp ass. In general, failing to wipe correctly and leaving a residue behind can become noticeable after a few hours, starting with mild itching and irritation. None of these are symptoms that are particularly fun, especially in the age of ass-eating, pegging, and prostate stimulation. Well, first of all, if you're going to do any of that, I would assume you're going to clean yoyourself before you do that shit.
Yeah, that's what... We've all got sanitary wipes hanging around. Let's kind of use them, folks.
Here's how to wipe right and make sure your ass is just, peachy. How to wipe your butt. I can't believe I'm reading this. The first step towards peak cleanliness is maintaining a well-wiped butt. Wiping and cleaning go hand in hand, which is something you'd think we generally learn once we left diapers behind. Unfortunately, the correct way to wipe your butt might elude you. Joel Crackman, MD, really? Maybe it's Crack. No, I'm going with Crackman.
How's it spelled?
Krachman.
He sounds like an expert.
He's the chief gastroenterology for the New Jersey-based Atlantic
Doing
Care
what he was
Regional
born to do.
Medical Center. God damn. According to him, there aren't too many hard and fast rules. I'd be nervous about hard and fast.
Hard
anyway.
or fast.
When Crackman's talking about hard and fast, you listen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
when it comes to wiping, except that you probably shouldn't do it hard or fast. Sounds like a personal problem. God.
You okay?
Some people wipe. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Some people wipe vigorously that they irritate the anal area. This can cause painful conditions like hemorrhoids, anal abscesses, which can lead to their own problems such as bleeding, itching, and leakage. If you suffer from either of these conditions, he recommends using wipes instead of using usually dry TP, or consider a bidet.
Uh-huh.
I've never used
Using
a bidet
toilet
in my
people, using enough toilet paper, folded up or crumpled is fine. Reach behind the back between your legs and wipe from front to back. Wipe backward from the perineum towards and past the anus. Really? I'm not reading. This is bullshit. I'm not reading much more of this. This is ridiculous. I mean, part of the problem is, look. I'm just gonna put it out there, which is, have you've been? Look, we've been to major cons. You know, you want to talk about swamp ass? There's a reason why sometimes you're like, I don't have. The last thing you want to do in some of those bathrooms is like take a shit. God forbid you ever have to, because you're like, fuck.
Not just that, but just sometimes the toilets have been used all day, and sometimes they run out of paper.
Well, not only that, and then it's like, okay, and there's like water on the fucking floor, and you're like,
so
okay, my pants have got to go
pants
down.
All the way down.
How the hell am I gonna do this? You know, there's a lot of that stuff where it's like, oh Jesus. Really?
I think I'm in costume, and I'm gonna fuck up my costume by putting it on this wet floor. God only knows.
Hold on, so we're not even talking about costume. It's like, okay, I don't feel like looking like I peed my pants. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
idiot because the floor's all fucking.
We've all had that situation where we've really had to go, and then you walk into the stall and there's no paper.
Yeah.
Right. Or like it's like, hey, look, there's some places you walk in. Like, there have been gas stations where you're in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, okay, I really don't even want to touch that toilet, but I gotta poop. And it's like, okay, I don't even want to touch anything in here, you know?
And this is before the Rona.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't want to touch anything in here at all. It's like, I mean, I don't know. The toilet. And then the other thing is, let's be honest, then there's the whole toilet paper thing. Yeah, it's assuming, because a lot of these places, if it's your home, at least it's up to you what toilet paper you're going to use.
Yeah, but then when you go to a public place, then they use that one-ply thin, whatever sandpaper.
Yeah.
or that stuff that'll basically take chunks out of your ass.
Yeah. Or worse yet, your fingers go through, and then that's the end, baby. I'm like,
no, I don't even want to worry about that, because you can always just multiply it up and before you start. You already know that.
Yeah, you just got to crumple it up.
Yeah.
The
problem is that then it stops up the fucking toilet, and that's the problem. The problem is you realize that you don't skip on toilet paper, but there's always the one member of your family who thinks it's okay to skip on toilet paper, and usually, unfortunately, it's your fucking father.
Yeah.
Who's like, I don't give a shit. I found a deal and I bought it in bulk. Yeah, there's a reason you got a deal. This shit takes pieces of your ass away with it.
And he literally doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, really.
Here's something for you to think about. Have you ever had a situation where you had no toilet paper and everything, and you have to use the bathroom, and you got nothing else to do something with? Okay.
Are you able to ask? I'd ask the person in the next stall over if they can just put a roll under the, slide roll under.
I'd say, but what if it's one of these gas stations where it's just like there's only one stall and everything like that? Would you? Okay, A. Would you do the water wipe thing? B. Would you take off your sock?
Yeah, I would sacrifice. Okay, sacrifice the sock.
Especially
if I was traveling.
I don't even want to go. You know what? We're not going here.
This is like DEFCON 1 here. We've got a situation.
I mean, at that point, it's like, okay, you got underwear. If you do it well enough, you can go commando.
No, I can't go. I cannot go commando.
That's your problem.
I would sacrifice a sock.
Oh, well, I've sacrificed a sock, and I have sacrificed underwear. I have gone commando. Because let me tell you something. I am not going to be in the middle of the place with people looking at me all weird like, dang, you got a stank on you, kid. No.
Again, it depends where you're going, what's going on.
And
too.
if I was traveling, then I'd have like extra socks that I was packing for the weekend or whatever. So
yeah, and then you know.
It kind of depends.
You can buy socks at the dollar store. At least they're cotton. At least they're soft. Yeah. They're absorbent.
Just pray to Obi-Wan that they got good toilet paper in that public restroom. That's all you got.
Okay. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, no, I mean that's the problem is right there. It's like, you know, and it's funny because really in reality, the truth is, they probably, I hate to say it, bidets would actually be smarter and they would be more cost efficient in the end. But Americans are like, I'm not letting that happen with that water like that. I'm not giving myself an enema.
And then, of course, you have the new, you know, let's save on water thing. So now you got the toilets that, unless you hold the handle down, the water doesn't go down.
Yeah.
And flush the toilet twice to get rid of the
less water. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you end up using more water because the first time it didn't get rid of the evidence.
And then it doesn't go down at all, and you're like stuck with the big old thing, and it's like it's not your house, so you're like, well,
yeah, it's like fuck
this, I'm out of here. I don't give a shit.
That's right.
Done.
Then you run out the front
not
door.
Not my problem.
Exactly.
Not my problem. Goodbye. Thanks for playing. I don't care.
Speaking of goodbyes.
Yeah.
We've come to that point, folks.
Yeah, this has been a shitty episode, that's for sure.
It's really in the toilet this week.
How crappy can this get?
It's circling the drain, that's for sure. We're on Instagram and Twitter at SOTT Podcast. We're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe. You know you get the content. All these crazy stories, at least most of them, are on the Squares Roundtable Facebook page. And you can download this show on your usual podcast hosting platforms, Apple, Google, Spotify, Anchor. And you can email us with comments, questions,
or
criticisms, threats, thinly veiled or otherwise. sotrtpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here at the News of the Squared, and we will catch up with you on the next episode when Jeff goes meep. I don't know why I said that. I just like having fun with Jeff.
Don't forget to wipe.
Yeah, from front to back.